o'clock and we're starting to stream. Yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone? Oh, whoa, hey, chat's going crazy. That's so weird. I'm sorry, I'm using new software, so I don't know what's happening yet. Tom Ski. I'll look into that. Oh, is that? No, we're fine. All right. So, oh, Jesus. Oh, no. The super chat. Okay, hold on, everyone. It's going nuts already. Okay. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Just let me catch up for a second. Mr. Rickers it says, hey, BB, I've enjoyed watching your JD content these last few weeks. I haven't watched any of your audit stuff. Could you give a quick explanation opinion on the audits? Yes. Auditing, when done correctly, perfectly fine and legal. I'm not a huge fan of it. I've done it myself. It was very weird. However, if it's done within the law, it's not up to me to put a stop to it, right? And that's coming from a sort of law enforcement perspective is when I was in law enforcement, I don't get to decide what laws are good and bad to a degree, right? If there's a law I don't like, and then maybe I don't enforce it as much. But if there's something that someone's doing that isn't illegal, well, then there's not much I can do about it. And if I want to make it illegal, well, then I have to go through the same process as anyone else, which is, write to my local whoever in politics and try to get something done about it. However, a lot of the auditors have no idea what they're doing, and they do it because of a dislike for police officers, and they have no idea how the law actually works. They get themselves in a lot of trouble and then use that to make the police, or try to make the police look bad and spread incredible amounts of misinformation, which is why I don't like most auditors. Auditing is fine. It's the auditing community I have a problem with. There are some auditors out there that I'm like, yep, they're doing a great job. They're actually, making a good difference. But there are a lot of auditors out there that are actually just kind of ruining it for everybody. So thank you for your donation, by the way. Simply Splashy, you're suddenly out of the hospital. That's better than fully in the hospital. I'm glad for that. APR, we should talk about that. Yes. Okay. So their APR is an individual who used to work for Jeremy, and he has some issues that are going on right now with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. We remember we talked about him being arrested for impersonation while doing security at a hotel. He has claims that are definitely very, very concerning, and I do want to look into that, especially after this newest video with Sergeant Fiddler, which appears to be him kind of going overboard. Justin, how's it going? Thank you for your donation. I don't know if Rennie's actually here. I didn't tell her. She needs a break. She's been working too hard, so I'm sneaking this one by her. I'm sure she'll show up and yell at me. Carlos, hey, it's not that. Oh, she's here. Okay. I'm sorry, Rennie. I thought I'd give you a break. It's fine. No, I'm glad you're here, though. I am. So today, what we're doing, hey, there's the super chat. Oh, it's killing me. I got to figure out how to make it so it's not like as absurd, but I have it set. Oh, you've been here. Oh, my bad. Thank you for your donation, Dan, and everyone. But I have it set, and I don't want anyone to donate that wouldn't have done it already. That if you donate $37, it should do a super chat that is specific to Jeremy, and if it's not, you have my sincerest apologies. I've not been able to test it. I can't. So, Cameo, glad you made it to the stream. I can't get rid of you that easily. So, I know I've been rambling, but this is because I've had just a crazy last 30 minutes. I had to deal with an ambulance, not for me, but I was helping with a medical emergency. So I was like in the middle of setting this up and had to run. And so now I'm back and I'm a little out of breath and a little sort of frazzled. But everyone's fine. We think. Billy Cunningham, how's it going? Do I have 2 alert boxes? Is that my problem? It is. Wow, isn't that interesting? That would be my problem. All right. If we delete that one, and then hopefully not everything breaks. Hopefully. Okay. All right. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a little nuts. I'm using new software. I have my new camera set up. I'm using my it's not a new computer. It's my old desktop, but I've been using my laptop, so it's different. I have a screen right there, which I've had for a while. I just haven't used it as much because I've had my laptop here. Tony, you're doing well. Hey, I'm glad you're doing well, and I hope that all goes well for you. Thank you for your donation, Olivia. Thank you for your donation. So what we're gonna do? I found this video. On a channel called Nope Again, and I'll give you that right there. And it's Jeremy Dewitte, Florida cop impersonator highlights. And I really enjoyed this one. I thought they did a great job. If you want to go give them some love, I believe I put the video link in the description. So hopefully we have all that going on. But I wanted to go over it because I was going over it and going, yep, crime. I wanted to go over it, and every time I see a crime, I hit the button. If it's just something like a traffic infraction, I won't stop the video, but something like a misdemeanor, gross misdemeanor, or felony, I might pause and sort of give a breakdown because Jeremy apparently has been claiming, like, I don't know why I'm facing all these charges. So what we're going to do is we're going to help him remember why all of this is an issue. Cop watch video 18, and there's a Metro State shout out. So we're going to do that. And this is just mostly just a test of my new stuff. Hopefully it won't be a long stream. I know I say that a lot, and the last time I said that, and then it ended up being 2 hours and 45 minutes. Now, to be fair, the important bit of the stream was actually relatively short comparatively. The rest was just us sticking around. I do... Gia, thank you. And no, he won't. Now, to be fair to him, this isn't new. This is all old stuff that this person acquired through Freedom of Information Act request, it would appear, because we don't see the watermark from Real World Police, etc. And Broken Cup, thank you for your donation. They're not fresh, but they might die. I did, for Scott, I did get new dishes. So, I haven't unwrapped them yet. It's like a wetness. And it's sticky. What is... Oh, no. I'm infected, folks, all of a sudden. So... Yeah, Scott, you better be here this time. Oh, these are actually pretty nice. That's too bad. They were very cheap. I'm just going to... whatever they disinfected it with is still there. All right. I actually really like these. I want you to know that I smashed these. And I'm going to be sad about it because I would actually use these. These are delightful. You're not going to be able to see it, but they have a little design right there. They're lovely. They're lovely. We're going to keep it right there. It's fine. Let's get into this. The rules. Again, every time I hit the button, that's a crime that I've observed. Broken Cup, thank you. You're looking good today, Broken Cup. Commentator Auditor, tell me I've at least seen Jeremy's video he released yesterday. I have. And Laura, thank you so much. I have seen his video he released. I am waiting for the police footage, if there is any, because I do have some questions about whether or not Vidler really turned that camera off, because Vidler knows better. He knows better. So I have this sneaking suspicion that maybe Jeremy just cut it there to make it look like Vidler was doing the wrong thing. However, maybe not, right? I don't know. I don't have the original footage. So I want to believe that the police are doing better than that. That's something I really want to believe. But is it possible that the camera was turned off? Yes. Is it a bad thing that the camera was turned off? Not necessarily. If the police also have cameras, which they should in their vehicles, I would hope. We're going to find out. There's still a lot of questions, so I'm hesitating to go too deep into it. But what we're going to do is go into something that is much less questionable, which is stuff we've already seen. And my foot pedal is stuck in a bunch of wires. So, let's watch this. Winter Springs Funeral Escort. Da, 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 da. All right. Obstructing and Nope. I'm going to take that one back. He's not obstructing. Oh. There it is. him stopping that vehicle is not entering the flow of the funeral escort. They're only really allowed one lane per the funeral statute. The funeral statute says that all the vehicles have to be behind each other with a lead vehicle, and they all have to be as close together as possible. So you can't use a second lane. The statute does not permit it per the wording. Shell Shock, thank you. Will I try streaming on Twitch and possibly doing video game streams in the near future? I hope so. Now that I've got this all set up, I hope I'm able to. But that's the first one. There's no reason for him to direct that traffic right there. I point as if you guys can see what I'm pointing at because I have a screen there. But that car is not entering his funeral. So they're not failing to yield the right of way to the funeral because they're not entering any lane that the funeral is using. So that right there is unlawfully directing traffic. And I explain this one because this is actually kind of a big deal and it is more complicated. We're going to keep going. All right, there's his funeral. They're making a right turn into the far right lane. I'm going to stop this again to explain. There are two lanes. His funeral is turning into a 2-lane road. They are taking the right-hand lane. This person is turning to the left-hand lane. That's how it works. When you make a right turn, you have to go into the rightmost lane. When you make a left turn, you have to go into the leftmost lane for your direction of traffic. So there's no reason that Jeremy would prohibit them from doing that unless they were about to enter, but this is a brand new car he hasn't dealt with. He wouldn't know that they were going to try to enter it. Now, he could have someone farther down the road to sort of like go, hey, you need to get out. But then there are questions of whether or not he's allowed to do that. If you want to have people not go into the funeral, what you got to do is drive slower so you can get the vehicles closer together, right? So there are gaps that are too small for a vehicle. Bingo, bango. Cool. So this right here, what he's doing, we're giving him the buzzer.
Stop. Right here. Stop.
What is that? That's a park ranger. Are you kidding me? Oh, Coquito Ogre Some. We're going to... Oh, thank you for the pepper ball fun. We're going to see if that does the special thing. Hold on. Oh, I hope it works. Oh, please work. It's supposed to do a special donation thing for that. Broken Cups, thank you. He can't... now, he could be like, hey, don't enter. No. But he is directing traffic right now. Why is it... Oh, it should be giving the thing. I don't know why it wouldn't. Give me a second. I'm gonna throw that in there real quick. Just in case. Audio's not in sync. There's nothing I can do about that right now. But I think you're right. Huh. But thank you. Hopefully... Oh, let's see if we can get that 37 specific thing working. I don't want to ruin the surprise, though, of what it is. So, we're going to keep going. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, hey, whoa. Everything just broke. What the hell was that? I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys had that same problem I just did. And then over here, can you see my mouse? We're going to hope so. To the left, you have the actual funeral escort, and you notice that they're making a turn into this lane, which that vehicle coming from the other side is not going into. So he has no valid claim. Christine, thank you. Crime Talk just nominated JD as the dumb criminal of the day. Oh, I love it. I'm glad I'm your favorite breakfast. Oh, bacon. I thought you said blue bacon is your favorite breakfast meal. I was like, whoa, hey, buy me dinner first. It's fine. That's me misreading things. But anyway, let's keep looking at his crimes. Okay.
Go past me. Go past me.
Uh-huh. Wait for it. All right. Yeah. Okay. Great. They went in.
Keep this shit under control.
That's great. They went into the thing. They didn't get back into the intersection and do all that stuff. That driver, whoever that was, is fine. I don't know about the horn and broken cup. Thank you for the donation. And yes, multiple JDs. Oh no. I'm going to count any of the people in Metro State as Jeremy because he's the one that teaches them what to do and tells them what to do. He is responsible for them. So I'm gonna hit him with that. All right. Those vehicles should be closer together. I can't believe they stopped a park ranger of all things. All right, here we go. You ready? Excessive acceleration. You saw his front wheel come up. Speeding and obstruction of a roadway. He can't hold that lane. Also, Unlawful use of lights. He's not in the funeral procession, so he cannot use those lights. What else do we have?
What are you doing?
Remember, every time I hit the button is him committing a crime that I've observed.
Go around somehow. Go around the car.
Everything is fine so far.
What are you doing? Go.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Go around me.
Go around it, dude.
You gotta learn to get out of the truck faster, bro.
Lovely. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Around it. Go the fucking round.
Oh my God, language, Jeremy. This is gonna get demonetized for sure. Yeah, don't look at him. Oh, okay. Unlawful use of lights. They're not in the funeral procession. We're gonna go back to that one. You'll notice the funeral procession is the right lane. You can tell because the vehicle to his right, that dark color SUV, has their emergency lights on, which indicates that they're part of the funeral procession. I'm going to assume that that's what this is. So he's using the other lane, and while he's in the other lane, he's not in the funeral procession, which means that he cannot use those lights. He claims that he has something from a judge that gives him the right to do that, but he's never provided it, which he doesn't have to be fair, right? Provide that in court. That's fine. However, if you want people like me to stop calling you out, it's in your best interest. And the fact that you've made, a YouTube channel, he has multiple YouTube channels, I believe, unless other people are making them pretending to be him. You're obviously pretty concerned about your public image, so I would recommend releasing that. I recommended that a long time ago, but hey, he hasn't paid attention to me, obviously, because he's still doing this stuff. And we keep going. No, keep going. What else we got? What else we got? Come on. Oh, here we go. No. And it's, there we, okay. Sorry, it was loading. Air horns only, which is indicative that they use sirens as well. I'm going to give this a little tap, but I'm not going to hit it fully because that's questionable. When he says, we don't use sirens, well, then why are you saying air horns only? There is another video, I think, where he says, don't use sirens, don't use sirens. Although he, of course, claims that that's not his voice, which is interesting because when Vidler took off his helmet in that arrest video, Jeremy's like, what do you mean you can't identify me? Well, if Jeremy's claiming that there's someone in his company that has the exact same voice as him, it makes sense that that helmet would have to be taken off. So I think it's very amusing, at least to me, that came back and bit him. I still disagree with the arrest, though. Yeah. Jeremy, get it. All right, Orange County, Zone 45. Speeding, excessive acceleration, unlawful use of a turn lane, unlawful use of a siren, wait, reckless endangerment, driving on the wrong side of the road, crossing double yellow line, crossing double yellow line, reckless endangerment, reckless endangerment, reckless endangerment, reckless endangerment, reckless endangerment, speeding. You guys like that? That's not even me, says Vincent. So that's why he's getting stopped. It was thing after thing after thing after thing, right? None of that was legal. He has no permissions to do any of that. Well, the police get to do that. Yeah, but you're not police, Jeremy. They have specific training. They have specific licenses. They have insurance for this. Like, it's a whole different thing. Jeremy has none of that stuff. There are agencies. There are security agencies within Florida that have actual, like, training to hold intersections. They have all the stuff they can get as security agencies. And, oh, Vincent, thank you. I just saw the super chat. See, the super chat's so fun. I love it. But he doesn't have any of that, and he can't have any of that because of his felonies, right? The sex offender thing is actually less big of a deal, I think, for getting the licenses. Maybe. I know he can't have a license, a security license, if he's been convicted of a felony within the last 10 years, which he has, and which he has since 1998. So 21 years. It's a long time. Since 1998, he has gotten at least one felony every 10 years. So there's never been a 10-year span between them, to my knowledge. I'm almost certain about that. So let's keep going. obstruction of an intersection. Now, that's not him, but it is per his instructions. So they can't hold the entire intersection like that. Although, you know what? I'm going to give them this one because if they've already entered the intersection while the light was green, then everyone has to yield to them anyway. So it's not actually obstructing the intersection, so they'd have to stop regardless. However, I'm going to guess, so I'm going to take away half of it because I'm going to guess that's the lead vehicle and they jumped forward to get that intersection and hold it. But remember, in the statute, all vehicles have to stay as close together as is safely possible. So if you're jumping, 2 blocks ahead of the rest of the procession to grab this intersection, that means that you are no longer in the procession, and then that's unlawful use of lights and obstructing intersection, etc., etc. So you know what? We are going to give them another one for unlawful use of lights, since we're going to assume that they are the lead vehicle and whatnot. Could be wrong, but I don't know. Forgotten Country, thank you. I hope he stops being stupid. I really do. But we'll see. Moving on.
Go. Let me hold this. Go.
Get in your car. Get in your car. See, look, where's the funeral procession? Where is it? Yeah. Now I think
Be in the right lane. We're turning right at the light.
simply splashy.
Get
Him
the
owning
horn,
MS and then
Lola,
buying
got a van pulled out.
the guns be bad, possibly. So he's directing, and that one his directing traffic was was for his own funeral escort. So I'm okay with that one, but it does sort of make it clear that he was in the lead. We're gonna get back into just a bunch of buzzer hits because this is where it gets good. Speeding. Let's see what else we got. Possibly reckless endangerment, weaving in and out of cars. There's more weaving. I bet he didn't use a turn signal. I can't guarantee it, though. Lane straddling. It looks like he's trying to get everyone in the right lane, which I get, but that shouldn't be the way to do it. All right. We have people holding the intersection. We have 2 cars in the intersection. All right. Excessive acceleration. You saw the front wheels pop up. Speeding. Oh, this is where it gets good, folks. Reckless endangerment. Reckless endangerment. Oh, some serious reckless endangerment. Driving on the wrong side of the road. Crossing WO line. Reckless endangerment. Reckless endangerment. Driving on the wrong side of the road. Driving on the wrong side of the road still. Crossing WO line. Reckless endangerment. Lane straddling, reckless endangerment, driving on the wrong side of the road, passing in a no passing zone. I forgot to say that one. Almost died there, reckless endangerment. Joe Shock, thank you, and I have no idea. Driving on the wrong side of the road, crossing WL line, reckless endangerment. Reckless endangerment. Every time he passes the car like that, I'm going to hit him with reckless endangerment. Speeding. And that light was red when he entered it, so failing to obey a traffic control device. Again with that. Bone Cup, thank you. And that's the exact opposite, and I assume you're joking.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so, yeah, that one unlawfully entering that intersection. And now it looks like he's trying to get people to fight him. Like, oh, come at me. Come at me. This is a come at me kind of a stance. He's like, okay. Bro, be a professional and just don't respond. Maybe. Because now you're getting things amped up. This is what you would consider escalation, right? And police officers will de-escalate, right? It makes sense. Jeremy wants to be a police officer, or so it would appear. So I would recommend that he learns how to de-escalate a situation. This intersection is a problem. Sergeant 585 has used a siren air horn more than I have in my law enforcement career. I don't know if that... I feel like, yes, that would also apply for me. I've used my lights and sirens, but not like that. Well, if you used a siren, I was too busy paying attention. There's a siren. There's a siren. Now, I want to know if that vehicle was turning or not. Because if they were trying to go straight, then yes, they do have to stop. Not that Jeremy really has the authority to stop them. But if they're making a right turn, there's nothing he can do to stop that. That's perfectly fine because they're not failing to yield to the funeral. You know? That's been a big problem for him.
Unfucking believable.
Also, he can't, if people wanted to use that turn lane to his right, they could, because his funeral escort is in the left lane. He can't hold that right lane and stop them from going through. Irene, thank you. At work and chilling, and here you are. Here I am. That's right. Yeah, Jeremy is certainly a danger to everyone. This is some seriously dangerous stuff, and I know that doing funeral escorts is a pretty dangerous thing because of all the other traffic. But then we look at how Jeremy drives, and it's like, bro, you're the problem in quite a bit of it. And sure, we're not seeing all the things where you almost get hit, but we are seeing the things where you're almost hitting other people. So you're definitely a problem as well. Keygen, thank you. What do they say to the boiling water? Love it. Jeff, I hope to see him in prison before he spends in person before he spends nearly a century in prison. Well, if you do, I encourage you to be very polite and not get yourself into trouble. But thank you, everyone, for your donations. All right, Osceola County Funeral Escort. Here we go. The funeral was already going through, so he didn't unlawfully enter. That blue car cannot enter. That blue car does have to yield. Yes, he is correct in this one.
Hey! Dumb white bitch in a blue car.
But does he have authority to remove them? No, he actually does not, unfortunately. He can say, hey, this is a funeral. You have to move. You have to be out of it. And they go, no. You go, okay, I have your plates. I'm actually calling 911 right now. And APR is here. And APR, you had a video where you actually did that, which I really appreciated because I suggested that that's the way you should have gone. You were in one of the Chargers, I want to say, and someone entered your escort. And you either called 911 or told someone to call 911 and say someone failed to yield to our funeral escort. Can you get police here? Or non-emergency. I'm not sure who you called exactly, but I know that you called to have the police pull them over and out of it. And that's exactly how it should be done. Now, you might say, well, that's wasting police resources, but someone's breaking the law, call the police. And if it's wasting police resources, they'll let you know. They'll say, hey, we can't send someone out to that. Or they'll send someone out and they'll be like, hey, please don't call again. Either way, the police have the authority to do it. Jeremy does not. So we're going to keep watching, see what happens.
Get to my spot.
Excessive acceleration. Presumably speeding. I can't tell, but it sure looks like he's going real fast. Unlawful use of a siren. See this, he's using a siren and directing someone to pull over. That's directing traffic. That's pulling someone over. This is not a request that he's giving. He's got his lights flashing. He's got his siren going, and he's saying, get over. That's illegal. That's a felony right there, potentially, based on how he looks and how he's acting. This is why he is facing charges. All right. So we're going to give him one of those. Yep, there's the order. Now, watch when he's driving, by the way. I didn't call this out yet. You'll see people move to the side for him. They do not have to do that. And I think he calls out at some point, like, they have to yield to me or something. No, they have to yield to you at something like an intersection. They have to yield right of way. They don't have to get out of your way. That's not how that works. So when you're speeding on the outside of your funeral escort, at which point you do not have any of the protections of the funeral statute, no. First of all, you're unlawfully using your lights at that point. Second, they do not have to move out of the way, but they will. And I would posit a theory that they're moving out of the way because they believe you, Jeremy, are a police officer, and they feel that they are legally required to do so, when in fact, not so much. Unlawful siren. Now, if someone's adding these sirens in after the fact, they're doing a hell of a good job. You have the blue shift. You have it coming in through the left side, and it's slightly, the tone slightly goes to the right. So they're doing the audio mixing very well. If someone's adding those sirens in, they are an expert, or they got very lucky, or maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. I don't think those have been added in after the fact at all. So someone's using a siren they're not supposed to. And Jeremy isn't calling them out. So it kind of feels like he's okay with that. Jack commented on this video and he said that Vittler is trying to take his company and do the exact same thing Jeremy does. That wouldn't really make that much sense. I've seen nothing to indicate that Vittler actually wants the company. In fact, there is a video of Vittler pulling over Curtis Security for doing a funeral escort. And the rumor was that Vittler was going to go work for Curtis Security. So if that's the case, why is he then pulling over the guys, right? I think that's a rumor. I think that's not terribly well grounded in fact. But we'll find out, won't we? If all of this ends and all of a sudden Vittler is doing a security company or running a security company, well, there's your answer. And then maybe Jeremy can try for petition the government for redress of grievances regarding that. So I've heard the theory. I don't really give much credit to it. I think it's a little absurd based on the reason why it existed in the first place, which was Vittler's calling around. He's talking to a lot of these security companies who do funeral escorts. Well, yeah, because he's wondering if what Jeremy is doing is the standard. And they're like, no, we don't do that. He's like, all right, cool. Here we go.
You better figure it out.
That's not directing traffic. I'll give him that one. Speeding. Lane straddling. He's directing traffic there. I don't know the details.
Hold the fuck over.
Directing traffic and reckless endangerment right there. Telling them to pull over. He's trying to reserve this lane of travel purely for himself. That's not how it works. He can have the funeral escort lane, which is the left lane. We can see it right there. We have these vehicles with their flashing lights and trying to get the flash, and you can still see it. He's saying that other people have to get out of the lane that he's using to go up and down this thing while committing just an immense amount of traffic infractions. No, that car that he told to pull over, they can have the lane that he's in. There is no reason they shouldn't, because they're not interfering with this funeral escort. And you might make the argument, well, they're interfering with Jeremy's methods. Well, Jeremy's methods are illegal, so no, they're not. I hope that helps you, Jeremy. We can give him another one of those. What is he doing?
You out of my funeral.
Obstructing a lane of traffic.
You
Okay.
over there.
Okay. Oh, that's the problem. That person is in no way interfering with the funeral escort. And he's just told them to pull over, and they have done so, presumably fearing that failure to do so will result in some sort of ticket. That is a big problem. And that's why he's facing criminal charges.
Motor one's moving again.
Oh, and the what is that? The Mustang is pulled all the way over. So he's also pulled over that Mustang, whether he realizes it or not. And Joseph, thank you for the buzzer battery fund. I love it. Thank you so much. Oh, anyway. Just give it another one for that. Broken Cup. Yes, my funeral. All right, what we got? Unlawful use of a turn lane. Unlawful use of a siren.
Get the fuck over.
Pulling over a vehicle. That's not your lane, Jeremy. You can't have that lane. You don't get that one. He's still doing it. We're going to give him another one. That's not your lane, Jeremy. They can use that lane. They cannot use your funeral escort lane. What do you do? He's still doing it. This is the one where the guy's like, you're not a cop. So when you know how Jeremy's like, he kept entering my lane. It was like the fifth time. He was yelling slurs. I didn't see him yelling any slurs. Did you? No. Now maybe he's doing it way back, right? Maybe. But this is not the funeral escort lane, Jeremy. The lane that this guy is in is a perfectly valid lane that he can be in. He does not have to pull over for you. He is not entering your funeral. You don't get those two lanes. You get one lane. And you don't get to use your lights while you're in that second lane because you're not part of the funeral escort anymore. We're just going to give him 3 for that. That's the problem. I hope that makes sense to you, Jeremy, because that's the issue, and that's going to come up in court. I have no doubt. No doubt at all.
What the fuck does it look like I'm doing, dumb fuck? Get the fuck over before you find out. Listen,
Trying to pull over a vehicle.
I know what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do. What you need to do is figure it the fuck out before you start talking shit and cutting us off. Go ahead. And put
Obstructing a lane of traffic
Do
because
little
he's
Google
stopped in
search
the middle of
on
it.
What we're doing and what we legally allow. Good. Then back off and give us room.
I'm not interfering with you at all.
You are by running along.
This is the off-duty cop.
Yeah, I need
This
to
is
stick to
the
side
detective, I
still.
believe. Broken Cup, thank you.
That's what the legal law.
Oh, I do want to talk about that. We're going to stop with Broken Cup saying last night I re-listened to your original interview with JD. It's much different in retrospect. That was when I was still trying to be relatively neutral and just provide the facts and be like, look, this guy's breaking the law. But, you know, I'm still willing to give him sort of an update on, like, here's how it should be done. Best of luck. This was in the early days before we knew a lot about Jeremy, before we caught him with the stolen valor. This was actually, it stopped. The interview stopped because there was supposed to be a second one. And I know I have 3 parts. There's actually a 4th part. Audio got corrupted, so I released it in small sections because putting it back together was awful. I was going to do a second one with him, but I'm like, hey, we got to address your stolen valor. And he's like lost it on me and stopped communication. This is before we knew a lot about Jeremy that we know now. So at the time, a lot of people were like, why weren't you so mean? I was like, well, first of all, because that's not really my place. And second, I'm trying to build rapport so I can keep doing these, right? Over time as things progress. Like I want to be able to talk to him while the case is, while he's in court and be like, hey, how did he feel it went? I want to be involved in this. But now he decided he didn't want that. So here I am calling him out for everything. Being like, okay, go, it's cool. Robert says the wig-wag headlights are illegal. They don't seem to have a problem with that. I know that the statute only says that you can have the rotating light, but I think that's just an old sort of thing where the strobes are functionally identical, so they're okay with it. Penny, thank you so much. How does he still have a driver's license? I know. Why haven't they revoked that? Like, do you want him off the road? Revoke his driver's license. All of this, it shouldn't be hard. That would have been a great tactic, but unfortunately, that's not what has happened. Billy was talking to multiple escort security companies. Weird. It's almost like he's a cop investigating a funeral escort company or something. That's right, Flea Willy. That's exactly it. You know what, Flea Willy? And I still have to respond to your email. I haven't forgotten about it. I've just been very busy. You got a stamp of approval for that one. We do have a bell coming in where I get to ding instead of stamp, but it is not here yet, so here we are. All right. Let's see.
Go back and look it up. 316. Good. Call him. Please. 911 right now. Go ahead. Call the 911.
Now I like this guy for that because this isn't an emergency. You call the non-emergency number. Yeah. Now 911's great if you need to call something very quick, but if you're like, man, I got a couple minutes before this becomes like a serious issue, just Google your area, right? Like Seattle non-emergency number for me, and then you just hit call on Google, and it will connect you to it, and it's great. And then you're not tying up the emergency dispatchers. You have whoever else they've got going on. That would be this kind of situation, which this guy is aware of, and I respect that because I think this is the off-duty police officer from out of state.
911 right now.
What does the stamp actually say? Well, it depends on which one it's facing. You know what? That's a great question. I love it. It's backwards. So for official use only, this protective marking is excluded from... Oh, this is very difficult to read. Termination, something. Excluded from automatic termination. And then it cites military law or Army regulation. Pizza driver, thank you. And yeah, I mean, program it into your phone. That's a great idea. APR is right, though. I want to call out something in the comments. He's saying it's not illegal to work in-house security without a license, meaning you're a full-time employee of a business and not being contracted out. Yes, there are times where you do not need that security license to actually work security. When Jeremy claimed that he was doing security at a casino, we checked that, and it actually seems to be correct. So I think APR is correct on this. Guys, if you're harassing APR, I would encourage you not to. I'm focused on this video, so I can't see what's going on in the chat too much. But I do encourage you to play nice in the comments section.
Tell him it's on video.
And why? Right? Because, hold on. I know people are going to be like, why? Why would you stick up for him? Because he's willing to listen to me in the beginning, right? When APR was working for Metro State, he was willing to take advice, and he changed how the company ran to make it operate within the law. And I respect that. It takes a special person, special in a good way. I respect someone who's willing to own up to their mistakes and make changes and reach out for help. He did that. I respect that. And I'm willing to fight for him until he makes it not worth fighting for him, right? If something's happening in his life that is wrong, he has my respect at the moment. And I know there are a lot of things in his life that I don't care for. There are a lot of things in my life that I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't care for. But when I was police, I didn't get to decide who I helped and who I didn't. If you need help, you got it, right? And if he needs help, he'll get it. If you need help, you'll get it. Reach out to me like he did, right? That's why I'm willing to listen to him. Jeremy, complete opposite, which is why I'm like, all right, screw you, dude. Broken Cup, thank you. It's not brain surgery. Burglary detectives chase burglars. Narc detectives chase drug dealers. Gang units chase gang members. Motor units chase vehicle code violators. Basically, yes. So, APR, stab me in the back, says Jeremy Dewitte in the comments. Yes. No, unfortunately, when Jeremy took back control of his company, because it's when like the legal issues were really starting and he wasn't able to do his stuff with the company, Jeremy did change it back over to how it used to be run. At least that's how it would appear. That's what I was told, and that's how it appeared to be. So, Sarah Marie would be interesting to go through some of his newer vlogs in the same way for funerals and wedding to see if he has changed how he does his business. Yes, he used to lead most of his old videos though, showing how he used to do it. He used to do it differently. He wasn't this intense back in the day. I watched his old videos and checked, but Anyway, we're gonna keep going. I'm getting a little heated. Don't know if you can tell. Getting a little intense watching this guy just break laws after law after law.
Let him know all of this. It's on video. We also have your tag number, so please let me know.
Do your duty. Sounded like, oh, this one's good. This one's a fun one. Yes. Not really much of a funeral feel to this one. That's kind of hilarious. All right, so this one was some guy who was heavily involved in making, producing, selling something with Corvette died, and so you have a very long funeral, and they did this on a highway, which I don't think they were really allowed. Well, no, they told someone they were going to do it, so I guess they got the okay. It's weird that they do this though. I'm not saying it's illegal. It's just I don't like it. So, and I'm getting my own head with this one. So, someone involved with Corvette died. So, a lot of people who own Corvettes were part of this funeral escort. Jeremy and company were hired. And here we go. Oh no, am I competing with Natalie Lawyer chick? Get her in the stream. Bring her in here. Tell her to come here. We'll talk about this. I'm just kidding. She's great though. If you don't know about Natalie Lawyer chick, she's a lot of fun. She discusses legal things, and I feel like she does a pretty good job. All right, looks like it's speeding, even though it is on a highway that does seem pretty fast. It could just be the frame rate that's doing it for me. Unlawful use of siren. Unlawful use of siren.
Everyone hot lanes.
Hey, thank you, Brian.
Hot lanes.
All right, they're holding multiple lanes of traffic. This one's a big deal. So again, you got the funeral coming in. And I can understand if they're like merging into a lane, you want to sort of slow down a lane of traffic. They ended up cutting off every single lane, I believe, on this highway to allow the merging. It doesn't really make sense, does it? Like, you can't do that. It's super illegal. So, not sure what's going on. Still unlawful use of sirens. We're going to get him for that lane as well, because I believe they have all lanes closed down at the moment. Yeah, there's a vehicle in every lane.
All right, Star, pull over with us.
What? I hate this one so much.
Let's get some body footage of the cars racing by.
Body footage. This is a funeral, but this isn't time to. What is happening here? I'm so like, just what are you trying to do, Jeremy? He's treating it like it's not a funeral, which is kind of how they're treating it. So to be fair, but this isn't a photo op. You're doing a job. You're actually breaking the law. Like, now is not the time. Shell Shock, do I think Jeremy has actual fans that are as delusional as him, or just mostly trolls? I think he does actually have some fans. I think a lot of his comments are paid for, and I think a lot of them are trolls. But I think, I don't know. I think what he's doing isn't healthy for him, and it's not going to help him at the end of the day. I would not have recommended that he create his YouTube channel. Buy footage for later that night. Broken Cup, thank you for your donation. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a whole thing, but I think it's a little bit of all of them.
Get off your bike with the body camera footage of the cruiser.
Thank you, Billy.
You just shut down fucking 90 fucking.
And yes, you did shut down, and that's a crime.
Fucking five.
I-95, yeah.
Not a motherfucking.
Language, Jeremy. Control yourself. Good God. Like, I was in the service. I didn't swear this much. That's probably not true. But, like, come on, man. It's a funeral.
Tell him we outrank him.
What?
It's gonna tell him we outrank him.
You don't outrank anybody, Jeremy. You have no rank at all. What are you talking about? Frank, thank you. Worked on a highway 13 years. Stopping the entire highway is super dangerous with the rubbernecking in the queue behind. And this isn't a funeral. It's a Corvette club. No, I think they did have a body. But it was a Corvette club that was part of the funeral. I'm fairly certain there was a body, and it was technically a funeral escort. But, like, this is a super weird one. Yeah, thank you for your donations. All y'all. Let's keep doing this. You'll notice that these vehicles are not as close together as is safely possible.
Okay, listen.
So he's incorrectly facilitating this funeral.
Repo, I want you to pull now that it's shut down. Pull very. Yeah, I can promise you, there's cops coming right now somewhere.
Oh my God. I can promise you there are cops coming somewhere. So presumably he knows what he's doing is wrong. And that's not necessarily illegal, but I mean, because it already is illegal. Knowing that you're doing it is illegal. Well, that establishes intent. So I'm not going to apologize for that button press. He's like, yeah, cops are coming somewhere. And at this point, I believe he says, like, we got permission, or we told this department we're going to do this. Yeah, I don't think he told the department that he was going to shut down every single lane. So, you know, maybe do that next time. Broken Cup says, sad statement on his life that the highlight is shutting down a highway for 2 minutes. Yeah. I mean, there are worse ways to shut down a highway, to be fair. You know? All right.
FHP's en route somewhere from somewhere.
FHP's en route from somewhere, he says.
What is this? What event is this? This is a funeral for somebody that owned Corvette, right?
Funeral for someone who owned Corvette is what he's guessing. I assume he's on the phone through his helmet talking to someone. There's no one there.
Goddamn, you goddamn fucking right it is. Goddamn right. Somebody that designed Corvettes died. I can't control the statute. The statute says that you want to get to the front and find out who it is. I don't know.
What does the statute say? It doesn't say that you can shut down an entire highway.
Yeah, cremations are in the lead car.
Yeah, they have the cremated body.
Cremations are in the lead car. Make contact with, make 1025 with the lead vehicle. Look at that old ass fucking Stingray. When we made contact with Daytona Beach PD, the motors, they already knew what we were doing.
Yeah, no, they knew that you were doing the funeral escort. They didn't know that you were going to shut down the entire highway.
What? Roger. Drew, left lane hard to the first.
All right. Oh, this is great.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's at least get some speed. Let's get to 100.
Let's get some speed. Let's get to 100. Excessive acceleration. Speeding. We'll give him another one. I mean, that's speed, man. Orange County funeral escort victim calls OPD. Thank you for your microphone.
Somebody get this dumb blonde bitch out of the way.
What we got? The light is green. Oh, that was just him swearing. Well, yeah, you don't get to do that. What are you doing? He didn't lawfully. Hold on. Oh, okay. Hold on. You see how he slipped between those cars? He doesn't get to just enter intersections around people. He has the right of way when he has the traffic control device. But if a car in front of him is stopped, he doesn't then get to like maneuver around traffic to then take control. That's not how that works. What color was that light when he went through? That's what I want to know. It looks like it was not green because there's a car that just went the other way. Fake microphone. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, he entered. Okay. Don't want almost broken on that one. He entered the intersection unlawfully. That light is red. You can see it right here. He just went past another car to enter an intersection when he did not have the right of way. He only gets to enter that intersection when the traffic control device allows him to. He does not get to do it when the traffic control device does not let him do it. Anyway, little beat there for you. What is he thinking? What is this? Like we're all on the same page here, right? That light is red. If it was green, he can go in. He cannot go in when it's red. He doesn't get to go squeeze by some other cars to go into it when it's red. They are doing the right thing. What is he doing? And then he says, all right, guys, you're good. Make that right turn. No, that's not how that works. There's actually a video of him having them make a right turn from a lane that is not the far right lane, which I'm pretty sure is also illegal. And it boggles me that he's like, I know the statute. Well, you know a statute. You don't know all of these statutes that you're violating right here. Like, you need to learn all of the statutes. As a police officer, you don't get to learn a statute, right? I investigate a lot of domestic violence. I didn't only know the domestic violence statutes, the assault statutes, technically. I knew many statutes that allowed me to do my job in its entirety. You, Jeremy, also need to learn how to do all the statutes to do your job in your entirety, although it's probably too late for you now, right? You don't get to pick and choose which ones you follow. If you want to know one and you're going to act in a way that uses that one, you got to know all the other things that apply while you're acting with that one that you know very well, right? Because all the ones he knows are the ones that allow him to act like a police officer. He doesn't know all the rest of them that he's violating, which boggles my mind. If you ask him, hey, what's the statute on carrying this weapon? Well, I know the statute's this. Okay, that's the statute that allows you to look like a cop. What's the statute on funeral escort? Well, what's this? Okay, well, that's the statute that allows you to drive a vehicle that looks like a police bike, right? I mean, not that you need that's a law, right? It's not illegal to drive a motorcycle that looks like a police bike, but to use the lights and the horns, at that point, yes, you do need that. And people are donating while I'm rambling. Chad Mower, when there are non-toy where are the non-toy cops when you need them? Right? It's amazing. It's like, why are they harassing me now? Why weren't they harassing you before? Look at all of this. Is this how you do this on every single escort? Because, oh my God, right? It's insane. And these aren't, there's edits here and there. But like when he's actually driving along the road, we can see that's not edited. That's him just acting a fool and putting lives in danger, right? You're escorting a dead body. Stop trying to create more of them. Oh, I got hit. It's very dangerous. Look at how you're driving. Look at how you're driving. Look at that. Maybe the danger is you. I am the danger. That's you, Jeremy. You are the danger. Gia, thank you so much. Yes. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. I'm not gonna read it out loud, but I will give you the old thumbs up there. Anyway, have I ranted enough? Have I explained how I feel? CJK, Jeremy is a national treasure. Oh man. What is he doing? It kills me. And this isn't even all of it. I've identified other videos where there's stuff that's just as bad.
They're in the right.
This is just the person that likes it. Oh yeah, so yeah, unlawful turn on a red because he's not using the far right lane. Right, he had one of his own guys do that. That they don't have the authority to do that. That is a crime, and they did it under his direction. So, problem. Broken cup. Honestly, believe if you could drive with one hand concealed in his pants, you would. You made me read that out loud with my own voice. Yeah. How's that cup still in one? I do really like this cup. I really do. It's such a good cup. How's everyone doing, by the way? I'm slowly losing my mind. I don't know if you guys hear that. All right, well, not my problem. It's the neighbor's problem. Let's finish this.
They just shift lanes.
Move to the left, Civic. Civic, move to the left.
Oh, I don't know if they're allowed to use a megaphone like that. I honestly don't know. So I'm gonna be a little fondle, but I'm not gonna hit it. So, George Lovelace says, "Can you imagine about all the times he broke the law that wasn't recorded?" Yeah. What haven't we seen? It's like, you're not seeing the whole picture. Like, I don't think you want us to see more, dude. Like, surely this is enough. Oh, Dewitte is a felonious jackwagon. You are not. I love it. I'm glad you're here. So that's the end of this video. That's it.
Right there. Wow. Sit tight, dude.
Oh, I hate it so much. Like, come on, Jeremy. What are you thinking? When's his trial? It's a few days. Not a few days. Couple weeks. It starts. Like, things are about to happen. Sex offender retention team. I forgot about you. Love the name still. You see the video of Jeremy bypassing accident cones and ghost cars, saying he's figuring out the route. I actually didn't. I meant to look at that one. I never did. Where they're like, who are you? And he's just like, where he just like drives right into it. Bro, why would you have no authority to do any of that stuff. Your authority is, once you lawfully enter an intersection, the rest of your people get to keep going. That's it. That's all you get. That's all that you get. It doesn't make sense. April 5th is one of the dates. Got it. It doesn't make sense, folks. It doesn't. Oh my God. I like that cup too much. It's going to have to sit there for a while. But I have these plates I don't care about too much. I do kind of want to keep these. These are adorable. Oh. So, I do have chapter 2. Actually. Do we want me to read chapter 2 of the blue bacon story? I'm so heated right now. I'm trying to calm myself down. Because the fact that he's like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. How many buzzers did I hit? I have no idea. It was a lot. There were many buzzers on that one. But chapter 2, people want chapter 2. Turn down the lights. Actually, hold on. I got you guys. I got you. Stacy, thank you. If I had to choose between, if I had to choose between Natalie Lawyer Chick live streams and you for the same topic, guys should collab. I'd love to collab. I would. She did some stuff on sovereign citizens, and I really liked it. But she doesn't understand the history of them and all their arguments. So she's really good on like that. Doesn't make sense legally. That doesn't work. But like I feel like I could really add into the here's why they argue that in the first place. And if we collabed on sovereign citizens, that'd be phenomenal. I'd love to do it. 1,000 miles on JD's playlist. Thank you for your donations. That one specialist and Stacey Murphy. And Beth, thank you so much. Hey, Blue Bacon, big fan. Glad I finally caught you live. Keep the brilliant work, sir. Please. I will, Beth, just for you. I was going to shut it all down tomorrow, but for you, I'm going to keep it going. I was not going to shut it down. All right, let me turn down the lights real quick. Let me just do that. Oh, fraudulent the auditor. No, APR has been blaming Vidler. APR has had some thoughts on Vidler this whole time. It isn't just after Jeremy released the video. That is just a thing that he's referring to as one of the issues. All right, let's dim these lights a little bit. How's that? Yeah, are those lights dim enough? All right, lights have been dimmed. Let me pull up chapter 2. How's my friend doing? It's getting better. we'll see. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to get worse before it gets fully better. But we're in a good, nice little lull, which is why I'm able to spend the time just catching up on live streams right now. Malik and Marauder. Jeremy looks the kind of guy who likes rubbing baby oil all over his body. Oh, no. What is wearing his motor boots and helmet? I'll take your word for it. I wouldn't know what that looks like. Commentator Auditor sent the email on the JD ribbons. Oh, yes. I saw you sent it. I haven't opened them up yet. Yes, thank you. Excellent. So, mood music. Oh, man. I have to look for part 3. I don't think I have any mood music. What's my opinion on the death penalty? I don't have much of an opinion on the death penalty. There's a lot of reason to have it and a lot of reasons not to have it. Unfortunately, I can't give a solid opinion on it. But let's see. I'm gonna read it off my phone. I haven't even looked at this one. So, this is by Joseph Marshall, who's done a phenomenal job. Oh my God, Chapter 1, incredible. Now, if you don't remember what happened in Chapter 1, it's basically an introduction of me living on my washer and dryer, smoking my pipe. And I get a phone call from a Jeremy Dewitte from Orange County Jail. And it ends with Jay Dewitte begins to speak. And what he asks leaves Sergeant Blue reeling. Frank Perry. Thank you for the donation. All right, let's get into it. Chapter 2. Oh my God, the name of the chapter, guys. The fragrance of fallujah. So good. Jesse, I don't believe Jeremy does have his passport. Wipeout should be Jeremy's theme song. Oh, you guys are so distracting. All right. As DeWitt is pleading a final hurricane of at the end of the day-isms over the Orlando jail's phone line, Sergeant Blue Bacon hurls his phone against the washer. Didn't break. There we go. I did put a good dent in my desk, though. I thought we needed the... Wow, that made a mess. All right. Thank you, Harry. Well, that's disappointing. It didn't break against my desk. All right. Sergeant Blue Bacon hurls his phone against the washer. He, too, is thrown into a rage of unexpected, ravenous greed. Yes, greed! Sergeant Blue Bacon enters a manic metro state. This one phone call has erupted a surge of dysphoria and euphoria within Blue. Jay's author has released a shot of dopamine and adrenaline now consuming him like a toxic agent from the depths. There we go, Broken Cup. Thank you. Blazing down his spine's confusion. The room spins. Hands go numb. His mouth becomes drier than DeWitte's bank account. It's not just that. It's the next line, too. His face flushes as it flashes more colors than Metro State's fleet of Christmas trees on wheels. Oh, man. This is hard to read because I'm dying. All right. Bacon sprints 2.5. I'm so sorry. This is amazing. Bacon sprints 2.5 yards to the garage. Squinting without sunglasses, staring into the sun, Blue checks the time. Ah, yes. 3:37, right on the dot. Just as his hellhound senses had predicted. I see the 3:37 there. Clockless, watchless, less than non-lethalless, coloneless, he shrieks. What is that smell? His ears are ringing with Motor One's vulgarities. Vulgarities only a wordsmith such as the dim-witted DeWitte could molest from the English language. The delusions deepen. Downward, farther, faster, further. What speechless ghost of sin has crept through his home into his body, infiltrating his nostrils? And Flea Willy, thank you. Yeah, we'll collab on some Sovereign Citizens. Heck yeah. In Blue's manic metro state, he is hallucinating a foul aroma of evil. This is often Blue's M.O. when piecing together a puzzle. Something otherworldly will possess him, opening the door to perception to the truth. Once more, the sixth sense of justice is proving to be the gateway to the truth. Cosmic insight from the beyond is filling the room with a scent of Jay Dewitte's criminal cologne. It smells akin to Jay's odorous spirit animal, the alley cat. Similarly to the alley cat, Dewitte infamously leaves a trail of spray wherever he may roam. From Florida to Fallujah, from LA to Chicago, Dewitte leaves his smell like an alley cat. The rumors of Dewitte's secret voodoo cologne stand true. A musk so expensive, so precious, so putrid, it wafts over the entire northern hemisphere's jet streams. Blue steadies himself. Come on, get it together, you sexy son of a gun. I missed. I got my hand caught in my cable and I lost track. All right, we're... Come on, get it together, you sexy son of a gun. Oh, it's the beard. I'm slipping off the beard. I'm not used to having the beard. I'm so sorry. There we go. He reassures himself, even in a Dewitte-induced panic attack of hallucinatory metro states, he never loses self-confidence. The mysterious toxic tang remains in the air. If an individual believes a rucksack full of, and it says rook, it actually in quotation says rook, full of Folkleys and flea market knockoff merchandise is offensive to all five senses, then they have never sniffed the aroma of Dewitte's dearest tantalizing perfume, the erotic essence of fallujah. That gets a buzzer right there. The erotic essence of fallujah is a particularly sordid spray. The villainous stench tries to impersonate good taste, but Dewitte has never been one for good taste. Good taste is especially lacking when it comes to his hygiene and women. But is this smell truly the mythical erotic essence of fallujah, or is it more nefarious? I can't. It's so weird. I just hit myself in the face. I'm turning so red. Oh, wow. All right. We're going to keep going. It's fine. Surely, Motor One wouldn't be tempting the gods with Calvin Klein's sensually stolen valor for almost men, would he? Nah, Dewitte would never purchase or steal or wear something as scornful or offensive as Calvin Klein's sensually stolen valor for almost men. Oh, hey, thanks for subscribing. Grab an audio sample. Wait. Grab an audio sample of Federal Air Horn for your use when JD gets locked up. We should throw a Greek dance party and break lots of China. I'm down for that. Let's go. Yes. Crashing back to reality, Blue catches his breath. Slowly, the word enunciate. I can't even enunciate it. Slowly he enunciates, Inshallah. Inshallah. Blue may not be a particularly religious man, but he doesn't want to be left out of heaven on any technicality. As Elvis Presley once jokingly noted about himself. Yes, praise God. It was only a horrid hallucination. The smell is gone, but the cologne is real. Indeed, these wretched wares of cologne exist, as Dewitte claimed. Perhaps he truly does drop $1,500 on man perfume. Could he really be cologne smuggling out of Fallujah? Is Dewitte impersonating a police officer as a brilliant cover? Regaining his senses, Blue remains paralyzed in a swamp of thought. Thoughts twist and swirl through the circuitry of his mind's eye as the smoke twirls around, above from old 50-50, which I believe is my pipe, if I remember correctly. Oh my, the relief. Good old 50-50. Yep, it's the pipe. With a trusty tobacco pipe gripped between his teeth, Bacon laments, I don't have a choice. Wait, I need a cooler voice. I don't have a choice. Nah, it's no fun. Whatever, it's fine. I don't have a choice. I've got to take this mission. Either I go and deliver, he pauses, or I keep living in this, with more than a slight dose of self-contempt. A crestfallen sleuth lets out a sigh of defeat. Sergeant Blue Bacon will take Jay's offer of hire for the most covert mission of Blue's entire career. There's a part 2 of chapter 2? How do we feel about that? Broken Cup. That's not the only beer in J&D World. Oh, man. There's more to it, by the way. How do we feel about continuing on? Or do we save it for another stream? Yeah. Oh. It's exhausting. I'm getting so into it. Keep reading. Save it? Rennie says save it. I think we should save it. Personally. Save part 2. Hey, how's it going, Joseph? I see you're listening. All right, I'm going to save it. We got to save it. It's too good. We got to save it. Right down to -37. Oh, man. How's everyone doing? I'm just gonna watch the chat for a bit. I can't keep going for too much longer. I wanted this to be a shorter one. Yeah. There we go. Ugh. I already broke a plate, though. Rennie, do we want a plate and a cup broken? I got this guy. And I got some video games to play with some friends. All right. Oh, we gotta keep going with no cops. Oh, I can't. Not today. We will, though. We're going to make that a thing. I got to get my jacket back for my story times with Blue Bacon. The blue one, the really fancy one. I got to get that jacket back. The jackal, yes, you absolutely should. They probably won't let you in, but you can still stand outside the sidewalk and get pictures. You could. I'm not telling you to. I'm not asking you to, but you could. Jeremy. Any hot girls here? 41 male Florida. I love it. John, thank you. Please make a Jeremy joke. Why would I make a Jeremy joke? He already is one. It would just... it's already been made. Ooh, a little bit of pasta. All right, Jeremy joke. All right, Jeremy Dewitte went ice skating. Nope, I just ruined the joke. Just ruined that joke. No, we're going to keep going with it. Jeremy Dewitte goes ice fishing. And he cuts a hole in the ice. And he hears a voice. There are no fish there. Allah, is that you? Who is that? No response. He goes to another location. Shows a hole in the ice. There are no fish there. Allah, what? Tell me what to do. Like, what do you want from me? No response. Shows another hole in the ice. There are no fish there. But Allah, why not? Because it's an ice rink. I'm the manager. Get out of here. It wasn't great. I ruined it. But anyway. Flea Willy. Yeah, everyone out. I could be alone for this. He's reading chapter 2. Oh, man. Anyway. Anything else while we're here? Before I get out of here? I know, it was a short stream. I know. No, it wasn't a good joke. It was not good. I absolutely butchered that one. When's the next stream? I might do one tomorrow. Yeah, I almost slipped it past you, Rennie. I probably didn't almost. I assume I didn't. Sex offender retention team says, say what you want about Jeremy Dewitte and pedos, but he does drive nice and slow in school zones. He actually doesn't. We had a video on my early streams where we're like, hey, let's just watch his, back before I knew what I was doing with streaming. Let's watch his video of like Osceola County or Dewitte Gone Wild, whatever. And he goes nuts to those school zones. But I get the joke. Oh, you. But I'm going to see if I can do a stream tomorrow. We're going to see. But anyway, problem is I don't know what the delay is. The bear joke. Oh. Why, Jesse? There's such a delay. I'm probably like way behind. I don't know what the delay is, though. Stream tomorrow, maybe, but I can't promise anything. I can't. Yeah. Petmets, hey, thank you. How are you doing? Yeah, Jeremy has never let the truth stand in his way of his lies. You're not wrong. Shell Shock, thank you so much. Do you think that Jeremy's watching? So, hi, Jeremy. Hey, how's it going? I hope he is, because he might learn something. Brone Cup, thank you. Watch the Metro State Backup Channel video of the ambulance. It's awesome. Minute 25 of him being a hero. Now, on the Jeremy Dewitte subreddit, there was a video of Jeremy holding an intersection, and a fire truck came up and stopped and kept going. A lot of people were like, but he just convinced the fire truck that this wasn't real. Or that he was real, that they had to stop for him. It's more likely that the fire truck was clearing the intersection. Although if you got an interview, if you had a talk with whoever's driving that fire truck, that's how you would find out if they actually thought he was a police officer, or if they were just doing their due diligence and making sure the intersection was clear before going. So, 10-second delay. Got it. It's not bad. Jamie. Thank you for the donation. You're not wrong, Justin. He hasn't learned. I wish they got him in 2015 because he used that as an excuse to keep doing like it and getting worse. He wasn't as bad in 2015. He wasn't. But now he definitely is worse, and it's a problem. So, All right, folks. I do have to get going. It's been an absolute delight hanging out with you. I'm so glad you tuned in. There's just stuff going on around here. The neighbors are going nuts. They're going to show some, not my videos, but they'll show the videos they have, which I then discuss to the courts. But it's been an absolute delight, everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of this. As always, I had a lot of fun going over this. I've been looking forward to this video for a while and just doing some ridiculousness with the button and whatnot. Broken Cup. Thank you for your donation. It's always fun to interact with you guys, and there are a lot of people that are upset with, you're not releasing short videos. I don't have the time. Those take a lot more time than these do. And I do want to release more shorter videos, but it'll happen. I'm just so glad that it's this much fun to talk to all of you. And thank you for being here. So until the next time, folks, and there's going to be a long pause, maybe of me just hanging out, waiting for 10 seconds before I actually shut the stream down. Until the next time. Hey guys, Metro State is doing 20% off all merch. I'm also doing merch. It's not on sale, but I I do have a merch store on Etsy if you look up Sergeant Blue Bacon. Just a thought, if you want it, there's some fun stuff in case you need it. But until the next time, for real, be good, stay safe. I'm being very still.